This podcast is for the woman who refuses to settle.
The one who knows she was made for more.
It's for the audacious woman who is ready to burn the ships,
Own her story,
and create a life built on radical self-belief.
I'm Amanda Galloway.
I'm Ashton Greer. We're your podcast hosts.
And we welcome you to the Audacity podcast. Hello.
Good morning, Amanda.
Oh, good morning.
How are you?
I'm working on my posture.
Yes, me too.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have been late at night trying to fall asleep and then having intrusive thoughts about moving. So 2 nights ago, it was 11 o'clock. I laid down for bed. I fell asleep finally at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And the thoughts in my head were you don't even have boxes, Ashton. And then I was thinking about the basement and the garage, and it's not just packing the house. It's the attic, basement, garage, closets, all. I started realizing how much stuff I have. And then I started thinking about oh, I haven't booked a moving company, and oh, I have to change utilities, and oh, I have to change my address at the post office, and this long list of just daunting tasks,
Right.
Came into my head, and then I couldn't sleep.
I spiraled when I was moving too.
Did you?
And yeah, I think once you take action, you realize it's just literally one room at a time.
It's super emotional too, because I like my house and my kids like my house, and the place we're going needs a lot of work. So it's moving in and then living out of a couple bedrooms while I tear up the carpet. I'm going to be renovating.
Oh, I see.
While I live there.
Yeah. I'm
moving the fence. I'm tearing up carpet, refinishing floors, probably upgrading the kitchen a little bit. There's just a lot of, in the basement. I'm carpeting a bedroom in the basement.
Oh, cool.
And creating a bedroom down there for Roman.
Good.
So it's just oh my gosh, I don't know. We were so settled.
I know. I felt like that with my kids. We've moved quite a bit as well.
Ugh.
And it is hard. But, my kids still hold on to this one condo that was so tiny.
They
Remember
loved it?
my
Did they
condo?
like it?
Yeah, and they had to share a room, which I don't know why. The feeling of being there was so comforting for them. And they still talk about it to this day. Ollie will be I miss my bed there. I'm you literally hated it and you had to share a room. But it's we romanticize the past, I think, So the reality in today's world, they would just absolutely despise it.
It's kind of sweet,
funny.
though, because they probably had that time together. Even though they despised it, they also probably got closer in a way.
If they did, prove it, right?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out for you.
They don't get along, but they're just very two different personalities. One day.
They are, yeah. They are very different.
Yeah.
My kids are like that too. They get along sometimes and sometimes they don't. And
yeah,
it just depends on the day and their attitudes and if they're underslept,
Yeah. Sometimes I'll talk to parents and be do your kids get along? And they're yeah, they get along. And I'm let's define getting along.
Right.
I'm so curious.
Right.
Because they'll be oh, they get along so great. And then one of the kids will come over and they'll be oh, my brother annoys me so much and blah, 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 blah. And I'll find out the truth. I'm yeah. So we just all need to be real. Siblings just don't always get along. And that's fine.
Did you get along with your brother?
No.
No, I didn't either.
But we get along now.
My brother was so mean.
Yeah. I was mean to my brother. I was mean to him.
Were you?
We beat each other up.
But you're the older one. That's why.
Yep.
My brother was older too.
It's a problem.
So mean.
We were enforcing our power.
Oh my gosh. Power struggle.
It was. It's all about power dynamics and struggling for the other parent's affection.
Well, since we're talking about our childhood, I think it's a good segue into our topic.
Yeah, I think it's great.
So we're going to talk about our travels today. And we're going to talk a little bit about what traveling means to us and some recommendations of best places to go, places that were overhyped, which I have several of those in my head. And just all the things related to travel. I have some crazy stories, and I think traveling has really shaped me. And I didn't travel a lot as a kid. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You did travel a lot as a kid.
Yeah. Every other year growing up, we went to England because my family was over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then is that like the only place you traveled to though, since you were always going to England or?
No, Belgium and Sweden, and then we traveled in the US.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, our lives are different. We come from different tax
Well,
brackets.
I think no, it's not that. It just like traveling. Here's a perspective that I have. One, I didn't appreciate it when I was younger.
Hmm.
However, I did develop a sense of cultural awareness
Yeah.
that things were done differently in different areas. There were just
Hmm.
different social norms. So it gave me a deeper perspective to just cultural awareness, even at a young age, that I understand it more now than I did then.
Yeah.
But also, too, my grandparents were from another country, and although they didn't make a lot of money, travel was very important to them. So it was just like where we spent our extra money. It's not like we were rich
Yeah.
but it was travel was something my grandparents always enforced, and they've literally been everywhere. Granted, my grandfather had to travel a lot for his job,
Yeah.
so my grandmother would join them, but it instilled something in me that travel is so important
Hmm.
to just be able to explore more. And my ex-husband, he used to say Fountain County, Covington, Indiana was literally the most beautiful place in the world. Yet he had never been outside of, he went to Canada. But I was like, no, you don't understand. Like England has this architecture that is so beyond what we have here in the US. And, the food is different. I would say it's more bland in
Yeah.
England. And
Tea time.
yeah, it's yeah, tea time, and but even
Biscuits.
beyond that is the
Biscuits.
conversation that you're having.
Biscuits and tea.
Yeah, which we don't do that here. Like, but tea time is a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
It's far more than just the food, which, we may say we're going to get coffee with people here, but does it actually happen? No, we live in like a very grind, grind, grind society where in Europe, it's more of a slow pace world and
It
a
is.
much more balanced. So I say all that to say, um, travel was essential to me growing up. While I was married, though, to my husband, we did not travel.
You didn't at all?
We went to Mexico
How
for our
many years were
honeymoon,
you married?
7 or 8 years.
And you traveled one time out of
Mm,
the country?
yeah, I think we went to the Bahamas too. But other than that, like we didn't go to Europe. We didn't,
Okay.
yeah, go to the West Coast or any place like that that was that much, they gave you a cultural awareness. Like resorts are great and that's fun, but you're not embraced in that culture.
Yeah, it's very different.
It is so different. So it's like an Americanized version of just, you're in another country getting all this food and a great experience, but it's not a
Hmm.
cultural immersion. So I think that being divorced, one of the things I looked for in my next partner was I want someone to travel with.
Yeah.
Ironically, my ex after that literally never left the house. Um, so I was even more
Did he travel at all?
determined. No. Mm-mm.
Did you guys ever go on a trip?
No. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was even more determined that my next partner after that was like would travel and had a cultural experience. And ironically, I met Antonio, who's now written a book on his travels and his experience and the cultural awareness that it brought to him and lessons that he's learned
Yeah.
through the vision of through work,
Yeah, he's
and
traveled a lot.
different
Yeah.
cultural um just experiences and how people interact differently. So yeah, that's I could go on and on about this apparently. I didn't realize I had so much to say about traveling.
Yeah, she wasn't sure about this episode.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to provide anything that we talk about, I want it to be of value.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just sit here and talk about my experiences. I want it to be something that it's like you're listening, you're taking your time out of your day. So I want you to learn something.
Yeah. I think we have a lot to
Okay.
share about
Let's
travel.
let's unload.
So my childhood is very different. So like we went on a couple trips, like we went to Portland, Oregon,
Hmm.
and then we went to Arizona. And those are the two trips I took, like
Okay.
as a kid,
Hmm.
because I had family in both places and we grew up pretty poor.
Hmm.
But my parents both worked super hard and got to a place of like stability, but we still didn't have like a lot of extra money. So those were kind of the 2 trips that I took until I became a high schooler.
Mm.
And as soon as I could travel and pay for travel, I started traveling. So when I was 16, I took my first like trip that just like blew my mind.
Mm.
And I went to Belize.
Cool.
Yeah. So I went to Belize with our youth group in, I think it was like my junior year of high school, maybe sophomore or junior, something like that. Probably junior. And we did this mission trip where we helped this church, like they were doing an add-on because our church was really tiny. It was a really impoverished island. So we helped them build it. And I actually laid tile flooring for like the whole week. We grouted and laid tile.
That's so cool.
And cleaned the floors for them. We played soccer with them. We did like
this.
vacation Bible school. This whole experience though, it's really cool now because I know how to grout and I know how to lay tile. I know how to grout. I know how to do floors and I renovate properties. So like I literally learned this thing on this mission trip when I was 16 that I could do it, you know? And on that trip, it was the first time I had like international food and I went snorkeling and got to experience like the ocean. Like I actually didn't even go to Florida until I was like 18 or something. No Disney World for me, nothing like that. So this trip was like started my passion for it. And then a couple years later, my family did go to Canada too. We went to the Niagara Falls for like a long weekend when I was growing up. So I went to Canada, I guess. But then I went to Belize when I was 16. And then I traveled when I was 17. I did an internship in Ecuador.
Awesome.
Where I volunteered in an orphanage for disabled children and a women's prison. And like we would actually go in and like study scripture and sing and like do like worship services with these female prisoners. And anyway, I think this was super foundational for me in understanding poverty, the struggles that different types of people face, the importance of benevolence and service, but then also like food and language and different ways of living. And so all of this really shaped me. And I think you would agree. Yeah. I don't really like fit in a box as a person. So like, I feel like I kind of march to the beat of my own drum and I see things a little bit differently. But I think it's because of my early travel experiences that really shaped my perspective. So yeah. And then I think, sorry, I've been to the Bahamas on like a trip with my ex-husband. We did a trip to, actually I've been to Ecuador a few times. So like I did the mission trip, but then I went back. We had friends there, family. Went to the Bahamas and then he and I honeymooned in the Netherlands Antilles. And then the craziest thing when we were 20, he and I got married when we were 18. We put everything in storage, flew to Europe and traveled all over Europe for 6 months and went to 9 countries together.
That's crazy. I love this story.
Yeah. So we just hopped on a plane, went over there. We like mapped it out. We knew the immigration rules about like you can only stay in certain countries for so long. And if you're part of the United Nations, you only have like 90 days total in the UN. So we had to like spread that out. But we did like Ireland, Spain, Germany, France, Switzerland, Northern Ireland, England, Spain. I mean, I don't know, all of them. It was awesome. So cool. And
what did your parents think?
I think that it was I've got very mixed feedback from people. Like some people were like, how are you going to afford that? Like, it's dangerous. Like, what are you doing?
Did you stay in hostels?
We did a couple times, Airbnbs, sometimes hotels if we were just in a place a couple days. But he and I both had this unique advantage where we worked remotely. So we were employed.
Awesome.
The entire time we were there. So we worked for this company called Call Source and we would actually, you know how you hear this call may be recorded for quality service.
Yes.
We would actually listen in on recorded phone calls and score the receptionist.
That's cool.
And then provide data back to the company on how well the receptionists were performing.
Interesting.
So that both of us did that job. for like
Cool.
tons of different industries. So like I had healthcare industries. My biggest customer was Bell Tire, so I learned
Mm-hmm.
all about tires on cars.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you everything. Everything. I know what kind of tires are good. I know about rim sizes. I know about profiles. I know about like Michelin
Interesting.
warranties. I could tell
So you're
you,
getting your tires changed when they need to.
oh,
You're
I'm
one of
up on it. I am up on it.
you're not like most girls.
I'm not like most girls. So yeah. So anyway, but this experience of traveling Europe with him, I mean, our paychecks were deposited in the United States. We had international credit cards that linked to our bank accounts. We spent our money every single month because euros are more expensive than American dollars. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were broke in Europe because we were paying for hostels, hotels,
Food,
food. I mean,
everything.
but it was so cool. So
That is
cool.
awesome. Whose idea was it?
His.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was his idea. He loves to travel. Jared and I both shared like a super intense love for travel. So we he wanted to do it. I was like, "Are you sure?" And then like the more we planned and plotted, we realized like we're probably going to be broke. This is probably going to be like a little crazy, and at times it really really
But
was.
what a great lesson
Yeah.
also
Uh-huh.
in being broke when you're first married and prioritizing things, working together as a team,
Yeah.
figuring out, how you're going to do life. I think when you've experienced being broke and
Yeah.
living paycheck to paycheck, it brings a completely different perspective to prioritization and how you're spending your money. And, when you're young, it's kind of whimsical too.
Yeah.
As you get older, not so much,
Yeah.
but you're kind of naive and you don't
Absolutely.
have any responsibilities
I
really,
didn't have kids. We
minus
didn't
your
have a
job. Yeah.
mortgage. Looking back, like I mean, I think what I would tell people if is advice is if you have the opportunity to do something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do it while you can. It's the
Yeah.
kind of thing where people I think are like grind, 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 save, save, save. I'll do when I retire. But we did it on the front end
Mm-hmm.
and had those experiences that then
Right.
informed our lives. And
Mm-hmm.
also when we were like young enough to walk 10 miles in a day
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't afford the Uber or whatever,
Yeah.
like, or taxi, because I guess there weren't Ubers back then. But yeah, that was 15 years ago that we did
Yeah.
that.
That's interesting. My ex-husband's perspective on it was we'll travel when we retire, but who knows what your health is going to be like,
Right.
right? And allowing your kids to experience it. As we listened to Ashton, she had formational experiences from her youth that developed her to who she is today. So if you get the opportunity to take your family
Hmm.
or just take the trip with your husband or your partner or even friends,
Yeah.
do it. And it doesn't have to be astronomically expensive. You do not have to go overseas.
No.
Ashton and I went to California
Yeah, we did.
last year, and we went to the Redwoods. It was
It
amazing.
was very fun.
We did not stay at the bougiest hotel.
It was nice.
It was nice, but
Yeah,
I've stayed in
right.
much
It
nicer
wasn't like
hotels.
amazing, but it was
Right.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. San Francisco.
Yeah. And we flew into San Francisco because it was more affordable than flying closer to Banff, or not Banff, to the Redwoods.
Yeah.
I love Banff too, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But there's certainly ways that you can explore and travel and have different cultural experiences without spending a ton of money. One tip that I do, I should say, is that I put aside money each month for travel.
Yeah.
And I know that when this trip comes up in July, I will have the money saved up.
Yeah.
That money is directly going to a vacation with my kids in Florida.
Yeah, I've never had like an excess of money. I mean, I got married super young, had kids super young, didn't have a college degree, went to college while raising kids. Like it's been like a struggle pretty much since I became an adult. But travel is one of those things that somehow, even though I've never had a ton of money, I have been to 17 countries,
Yeah.
in the last 20 years. And I somehow always figure out a way to make it work because those experiences are so important to me.
Yeah.
Like seeing the world, meeting different people, getting outside of my comfort zone, like doing things that make me uncomfortable is actually really important to me
Mm-hmm.
in a weird way. So that,
Well, you're putting yourself in a new environment.
yeah, and you don't become like stone. You have
Right.
to keep adapting as you go through life.
Yeah. In order to change, as a person, you
Yeah.
sometimes have to put yourself in a new environment.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors, ironically, he'll just go to a hotel for a few days and he will simply work on his goals and study and read. But the essence of going to a new environment helps him open up his mind in a different way than it is at home,
Yeah.
where all your responsibilities are. And, we don't all have that luxury. But I think it brings a point to travel as well that sometimes you just need a reset.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need to be in a new environment and let loose. And, that's also hard to do when you have kids. Like this Florida experience, actually, both my vacations next month are very kid driven. And I know I'm going to come back probably being like, ugh,
A little drained.
a little drained,
Mm-hmm.
but I look forward to my honeymoon.
Yes.
And that will be one in which I will be able to have a complete reset.
Yeah. I did a vacation last year with just me and my kids for 10 days. And I thought I would be super drained
Mm-hmm.
by it, but it ended up being like the best vacation ever. Like if you ask me, my favorite vacation ever, it is this vacation.
Disney cruise?
Yes.
Okay.
It
Tell us
was
about it.
we went on a Disney cruise, which I didn't know what first cruise with kids. My kids had never been on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
The only other cruise I had ever been on, I won the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a cheap cruise and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't great. This cruise was not cheap at all. It's like the
Well, it's Disney.
premium cruise,
Yeah,
right?
not
So
surprised.
I had sold a home, had some extra money, spent some of the profits from that on this trip. It is the most expensive vacation I've ever taken. Probably close to $10,000 on 10 days.
Wow.
Okay. So I will say like it's not cheap at all. And it's like a once in a lifetime thing that I will probably maybe never get to do again.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never been to Disney World my whole life. I was 30, 35 last year at the time that I took this trip. Never been to Disney World. No, 34. Yeah, never been to Disney World. Never been on like an actual like decent cruise. My kids had never experienced any of that. My kids had never been out of the country,
Mm-hmm.
like all that. So I was like, we're going to do this. They're at the perfect ages. I'm going to spend my saved money. It did stress me out financially for a while,
Mm-hmm.
coming back and like realizing, oh, my savings is gone. Like, what have I done? But the trip itself was amazing because it was the first trip that I've ever taken with my kids that was like, there wasn't a grumpy man with me. And
Interesting.
I mean this like when you have two adults and you have a man and a woman, and it's kind of like you have to think about what your kids want, and you also have to think about like what your husband wants,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody has opinions. But
Yeah.
this was like a really indulgent time for me where I got to just think about what my kids wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to worry about making another adult happy. And what makes me happy is my kids being happy.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
yeah, it was just like luxurious, and Disney does not miss a beat, and the food was amazing. And we went to the Bahamas, and then we went to like a private island, and then we got back, drove into town, and spent the next 3 days at Disney World.
Awesome.
So Disney cruise, Disney World, we stayed at a Disney resort. I literally did not skimp at all. And
I bet the kids had the best time.
Yeah.
And what a memory to have with your brothers.
Yeah.
Right?
It was magnificent, the whole thing.
That's so cool.
So I'll just be replaying that in my head. So I've been
Good.
to 17 countries, but my favorite trip was Disney World and
Aww.
Disney Cruise. Yeah.
Well, it's so magical. They really do a phenomenal job on the
So
experience.
good. Mhm.
And it's cool because they're the ones creating the experience for
Yeah.
people. So you don't have to really plan anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're just experiencing the magic of Disney. I've only been once and I was younger, so I
Yeah.
don't remember it a whole lot.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. That was amazing. And then, I mean, I guess I can share the other places I've been, and then you can share where you've been, but then I have questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about Europe, I talked about Belize, talked about Ecuador. But then beyond that, I've been to Mexico, Bahamas, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went last year to Vietnam, 2 years ago to Vietnam and Thailand. So Asia. Which was a whole different experience, like completely different culturally from the other places that I've been to.
The mannerisms, just the poverty.
Yeah, it's definitely very third worldy.
Okay.
And definitely the food, but the culture is so different. It's so family centered.
They're kind.
They're so kind. They're so hardworking.
Yeah.
That was just in the architecture and like the scenery and Went to some incredible, like, they have a lot of, I can't think of temples. They have
Mm-hmm.
temples everywhere.
Spiritual.
It's very spiritual, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
old temples, a lot of um, stones and like spiritualism. It was just so cool. And that trip, we actually went with a Vietnamese family.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we stayed in their home. We were fully immersed in the culture.
Wow.
And it was a really cool opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to Mexico this year for the first time ever.
I didn't know. I thought you had been there before.
Nope.
That's cool.
First time in Mexico. Went to
Yeah.
Cancun.
Yeah.
That was cool too.
It's so Americanized
It is.
there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when Antonio and I went to Mexico last time, we went into the community and volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so poor. It was sad. But all the kids were
Yeah.
so grateful.
Yes.
We literally were giving out t-shirts and socks and hats, and they were so excited.
Yeah.
And it's like, you do that here, it's like, not as appreciated,
Right?
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so different. So,
Yeah.
okay, where have you traveled to in your
Um,
travel history? And then I'm going to ask you some questions about it.
yeah, so I grew up going to Europe quite a bit, England. My family's from England, and then Sweden and Belgium were another trip that I took when I was 16 with my grandparents because we had family over there. I have a great aunt who lives in Belgium. And then where else have I been? As far as Europe is concerned, I've been to the south of France, which, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Monaco, Austria. Or no, we didn't go to Austria. We went to Italy, we've gone to Greece, and we went to Hungary.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Hungary. We were going to
Yeah.
go to Austria, but we didn't end up going.
Yeah.
Where else? Obviously Bahamas, Mexico, Canada, and then various places in the US. I have not explored, I really want to go to, ironically, Arizona. I have not been.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's our next trip.
yeah, I would love to go there. Antonio's, lived there before as well. Did we go to Oregon when we were
We drove to Oregon.
okay? I
We drove all the way from San Francisco up the
Yeah,
coast, all the way to Oregon when we
yeah.
were in California.
I want to go to Portland though because my mom was born in Portland.
I've been to Portland.
So I would like to just experience that for a day or so. But yeah, my family lived all over the US in North Carolina and Texas and northern New York. So we've been to various places, but I love going overseas. I think that's where I really see such a cultural difference and
Mhm.
when I can really just disconnect
Yeah.
and be part of just a place that I've never been. And I loved Greece. Mykonos was
I love Greece
amazing,
too.
amazing. Mykonos. I want to go to
Santorini.
Santorini.
I went there too.
So I said that, and I was
Mhm.
like, that doesn't sound right. Um, I want to go there. I've not been there, but Mykonos was amazing. But my favorite place in the entire world is probably Monte Carlo, which sounds so bougie. A lot of my
I have
travels,
never been.
yeah, I am very lucky that I work for a company that if we perform well, they take us on trips. And it's really, really hard to get these trips.
Yeah.
Really, really, really hard.
She
And
gets some.
I stress and
But you get those
um
trips.
yeah,
You've gotten
yeah,
so many trips.
yeah. So this year it's Hawaii if I qualify. I've been to Hawaii before. But I am so excited for that opportunity. And then where else they've taken me to Greece, they've taken me to Monte Carlo, they've taken me to New York, Mexico, and where else? Gosh, oh, we're going to California. The trip next month is a reward trip with the family. So we're going on a cruise.
Oh, where
And
to?
um it is LA to Escanada, Mexico.
Okay.
So I've not been to that part of Mexico either. So I'm really excited about that. A little nervous because I do get seasick.
Okay.
And
Get those little patches.
yeah, I just found out though that I'm really excited about. I made champion, so I get an extra bedroom on the ship. So they're
Wow.
usually very small and you don't usually spend a whole lot of time in your room anyway.
Right.
But my kids, as I said at the beginning, don't get along and they find any opportunity to bicker with one another.
Yeah.
And so this will be really good. I always take my mom with on my family trips
Mhm.
because my mom can take one kid, I can take the other, and we can divide and conquer. Because have some, I love my kids, but they can be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And
Demanding.
I think I also I get overstimulated easily. So part of it is also my character.
Yeah.
And I just want to please so bad. But, so I'm always like trying to make both kids happy. And I think that's just a part of my character that I have to work on, that I just have to understand that not everything's going to be fair and not everyone's going to be happy. But my mom always did such a good job at trying to
Yeah.
divide and make everything even and fair. And it's hard to do
It
with
is.
kids. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's all the places I've been.
That's a lot though.
Yeah, and on my honeymoon, we are going to Spain, the south of France, and Monaco,
Wow.
which I'm excited to go to Spain.
Yeah, I love Spain.
Yeah, and my fiance speaks Spanish so
Oh yeah.
fluently. I
It's gonna
mean,
be great.
and he's from Mexico, but his family is originally from Spain, so I'm excited to see it through his eyes,
Yeah.
and I'm just excited to experience the culture.
Yeah. Spain is really, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
I love Barcelona so much.
I also think it's cool when you go somewhere and they don't speak your language
Uh-huh.
and you get to learn these new words, and it's kind of funny. And, most of the places in Europe, they speak English.
Yeah, except for France. They don't like that you don't speak French.
Well, I know a little bit of French just from high school, but I think as long as you try, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay. So of everywhere that you've been,
Hmm.
is there a place that's overhyped and you would not want to go back?
Hmm. I don't know. I can't think of anything, to be quite
That's
honest
good.
with you, because if I had to say, it would be like Niagara Falls. I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, like,
It's pretty.
yeah, New York City.
I love New York City.
I think that I,
I love it.
it's not as clean.
It's not.
So
It's
I
not.
think that is the only thing that was like, Times Square is overhyped.
I love Times
I
Square.
know, I know you're going to say that, but growing up watching MTV, I had this totally different vision of what Times Square was. So then when I went, I was like, oh,
I have a memory in Times Square that is just chef's kiss. So we got back from Europe. Um, so we went from Greece, flew to an island in Italy, Palermo, perhaps.
hmm
That's what my brain is saying. Spent a couple nights at this island in Italy, flew from the island in Italy to New York City
hmm
because of the time difference and we were broke, so we were always taking like night eyes.
yeah.
Landed in New York City, got to our hotel room. We're so jet lagged that we couldn't sleep.
Mm.
So at like 4 or 5 in the morning, we were like, let's just go get some coffee. We were staying on Times Square. Walked out into Times Square, 4 or 5 in the morning. There is no one there. It's like
Wow.
empty.
Uh-huh.
So like, when you see Times
Oh,
Square,
it's
it's like
crowded.
packed and like
Yeah.
stressful. Empty, but all the screens are still on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the perfect weather, like a slight breeze. I'm back in the United States after 6 months. I'm also pregnant
Oh, yeah.
and like craving American food. And we're like looking around and just taking it in, you know. I don't know. It was magical. Walk to a Starbucks, nobody's there. It's like, I don't know, like New York City when no one sees it. And that memory has made me love New York City so much. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have a tradition with my kids when they turn 10, they get to choose where they want to go
Mm-hmm.
for a long weekend. And
Yeah.
my firstborn Roman, when he turned 10, wanted to go to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him to New York for 4 nights.
Cool.
And I have this memory with my firstborn son
Mm-hmm.
of like we went to Broadway shows and like Central
Yeah.
Park and
Mm-hmm.
ate all the bagels and the pizza and like did
Perfect.
the whole New York thing. And that was
And to
amazing
be
too.
able to connect with him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It was the
I
best,
love
best
that.
vacation ever.
I love it.
So yeah.
It was fun to see the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
It's just it's different than the Midwest. In the Midwest, everything's very slow, and the fashion is different.
Mm-hmm.
The men in New York City, ladies, if you're single, go to New York City.
Really?
Antonio knows this, full disclosure, I've never seen more attractive men in my entire life, except I think maybe when I was in Italy or Greece.
I was going to say Greece,
Yeah,
probably.
I would argue that it was Italy, but New York City was constantly. constantly attractive men everywhere.
I feel like Spain is like that too.
Can't wait. Good for me. Antonio's probably like, Amanda.
Oh my goodness. There will be beautiful women in
I'm sure
Spain
there's
too.
going to be so many
Many,
beautiful.
many, many beautiful
Yeah.
people to look at.
Yeah. So it was funny, but I was like, oh my gosh, I was there with Antonio and we had so much fun. It was a trip for work and they just spoil us. We were on a cruise around the Tower of Liberty and just
Yeah, Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. I don't know why I said tower, but
It's okay.
yeah, it was beautiful. But I would just say Times Square was just, I was overstimulated and people were constantly trying to get your attention for whatever they were selling it. I was just, it was too much for me. That was overhyped for me. What about you?
Probably France.
I've heard Paris.
Yeah, not like France, but Paris.
Yeah, I've heard Paris is
I mean,
really overrated.
Paris is so cool.
I heard it's dirty.
The Eiffel Tower is cool. The Louvre is in Paris, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things were awesome. Like Paris was cool. The crepes, amazing.
Yeah, pastries in Europe are
but
amazing.
The culture there a bit rude.
Yeah.
It's the district we were staying in was hypersexualized. Like there were a lot of strip clubs and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Where we were at. I think we picked a weird hotel. We were staying in Airbnbs everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it was very dirty. Like when you walked along the river, it was just like it smelled like urine.
Ew.
Everywhere you went. So like that was also a bit not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't dislike Paris. I would just say I've seen it, saw Notre Dame, saw the Eiffel Tower, went to the Louvre, saw the river, did the boat cruise, ate the crepes. I'm good.
You experienced it.
Yeah.
The south of France is a completely different experience.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I mean, I just can't get over the architecture, that you're right by the ocean. It is.
That's how I felt in Italy.
In mountains. Yeah. A lot. I mean, yeah. It would be the same.
In Switzerland.
An underrated place.
Oh.
Is Hungary.
Oh.
We went there for a Formula One race. It was beautiful. And we took scooters everywhere. And we almost got ran over so many times. But the people were so nice. We met some people that, we made connections with people that we never would have otherwise.
Yeah.
And yeah, the food was so fun and different. And there was so much to see. And just a lot of culture to experience.
Yeah.
I really felt like I was one with them instead of being a tourist.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was just beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go there.
Yeah. I also hear Singapore is beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I haven't been to Singapore either.
Antonio went and he was like, we have to go. He also likes Dubai.
Yeah, my goal, like when we did our trip to Europe, we had a part 1 and a part 2 planned. So we were going to fly from Europe and we were going to fly over to Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand.
Oh, that'd be neat.
That was the plan, was to spend like 3 months over there. So 6 months in Europe, 3 months over there. But I got pregnant in Italy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got pregnant in Europe when I was 20. And that story, crazy. But it's funny. So we came home because I was like 3 or 4 months pregnant.
Interesting.
And I was like, we should go home.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you.
So we had no money saved and we had just been like backpacking Europe and accidentally got pregnant. So
surprise, Roman.
We have a Roman. Our Italian baby.
That's cute. My grandparents, like I said, have traveled all over the world and they said their favorite place is New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
And
I want to go so
literally been everywhere. So my grandfather was sending my mom suggestions on New Zealand and, talking about going. And she's like, you should go with me. But my grandmother won't travel anymore.
Oh.
So, yeah, like don't wait to travel.
Does your mom's boyfriend travel?
Yeah, she just went to Italy with him.
Oh, with him. Okay.
Yeah, and my brother and his wife.
Wow. Yeah. That's so neat. I definitely want to go to New Zealand. That's high on my list. I think underrated places as well would be Switzerland. So like the Swiss Alps. You can take a train through the Alps. the Switzerland and Germany share like a border,
Yeah.
and there's like a big lake in between.
Yeah.
You can actually ferry across the lake.
Yeah. My
So,
kids just went there.
yeah. Did
Yeah.
they ferry across the lake?
Yeah. Well, they sent me pictures. It was beautiful. They took trains. Like, it's gorgeous.
Wow. Yeah. You can ferry across the lake over to Germany and like have some German beer for the day and some
That would be
pretzels.
fun.
And
I
stuff.
want to go to Germany.
Yeah. Germany's
Just
cool.
at least for the beer.
Mm-hmm.
German Fest. Would
Yes.
love to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say,
Oktoberfest.
yeah. Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think people are following my words.
I think that's like not talked about enough how incredible like a Switzerland Germany trip is. Also,
Yeah.
Europe is kind of like the United States. Europe has all these different countries, but the countries are essentially states. They're not that big. It's not hard to get from one to the other.
Mhm.
You
Trains.
can drive to them, trains, planes, ferries, buses, like
Transportation over there is just in general much easier.
they've got it down.
They do. And they also extend vacations a lot longer for employees. So you literally go on like a month vacation.
In Switzerland, when you have a baby, you get 2 years paid maternity leave, and the man gets a year of paid paternity leave.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's perfect over there.
It is perfect.
It's perfect. I would just have lots of babies.
Sweden was beautiful too.
Yeah.
Like one of my most memorable moments was being in Sweden. And I remember having my first beer over there because I was 16. You can drink over there. Actually, no, that was in Belgium. I had my first beer. Yeah. So
were you like tipsy?
No, I doubt it. I don't think so. I was with my grandparents, so I was being highly responsible.
That's cute.
But I could drink over there, so they let me. But no, I don't think I got drunk. And yeah, I think that Sweden was just, we stayed with a family over there.
Yeah.
My grandparents had friends from all over the world.
Yeah.
And we stayed with them, and it was really cool because we experienced the darkness even during the day.
Yeah.
Because it was just like the time was so, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like midday and it was pitch black outside.
That's crazy.
But then at night it would be really light. It was crazy. But yeah, it was a really cool experience, and it was beautiful over there. Very beautiful.
What is your favorite state in the United States to travel to?
The Redwoods.
California.
Yeah. But I love nature. I love it. Love it so much. I can't think of a better place.
I also love the Redwoods. I would say for me, Arizona is way up there. Sedona, Grand Canyon. I've been to Arizona like 10 times.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I also frequent Saugatuck, Michigan.
Okay, underrated is Michigan. Very underrated is Michigan. If our Midwest people are listening, plan a trip this summer to Michigan. It's not that expensive. You can drive. Your kids will love it.
It's like it feels like the ocean, but it's a lake. It feels
like the ocean. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Your kids will love it. It's so much fun.
But my ultimate favorite place that I've been to in the U.S. to date is Jekyll Island, Georgia.
Interesting.
It's like a very non-commercialized beach, and there's
That's where the Federal Reserve was created.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's so much wildlife. They have sea turtle like sanctuaries.
So
you can like go see the sea turtles. They have the beautiful like the trees that have the long.
Yeah. Oh, I love
those. What are those called?
They're willows?
No, they're not willows. They're mossy oaks.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of mossy oaks everywhere. It's just so
magical.
It is. It's not very inhabited. It's like not uninhabited, but it's not super habited. It's like not too many people.
That's why the
private.
wealthy people went there to get away to create the Federal Reserve. There's a book called Jekyll Island on it.
I did not know that, but I love Jekyll Island, Georgia, and it is definitely one of my top 3 places in the U.S.
I will have to check that out.
I've been several times.
That's really cool. Not in the U.S., but Canada is Banff. It is literally one of my just favorite places.
I've heard the legends, the beauty.
Beautiful. You know, if I had to put background on my computer, it would probably be Banff.
That was my ex-husband's favorite place in the world, too.
It's so beautiful.
He used to go in the summers.
When I went, it was the winter. Still incredibly beautiful, but I would love to go in the summer. Ironically, a couple of years ago, I did this list of the places that I wanted to travel.
Okay.
Do you remember me telling you this? And it was like
I remember this.
I had no idea that I was going to any of these places, but I did a vision board and I put 3 places down. I put Italy, the Redwoods, and Banff. I ended up going to those 3 in order, not knowing that that
That
was
year.
ever going to happen. And yeah, it happened. It was just like
Mhm.
crazy. Like one of it was a trip that for work that Antonio and I were like, let's go to Italy while we're heading over to Greece. The
Mhm.
other one was we had a personal development conference and it was near Banff. So we just ended up going over there. And the Redwoods, we planned on a whim.
Yeah.
So yeah, just if you're thinking about where you want to go in the world, create a vision board.
Be spontaneous
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you do have to be spontaneous.
Yeah. Like I go to Sagatuck every time I go through a breakup.
You do.
It's just like my little place.
Yeah.
I when I break up with someone, I need to get away from all the mess of it. Normally I want to like get my head clear.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Sagatuck, I stare at the water. I love the culture there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, the food. I always go like at brunch and
Mm.
sit at a table outside all day and drink mimosas and cry, and it's just
Aw.
the best.
And you go alone and you're
It's
like
just the
secluded.
best.
It cracks me up because you're such a people person
I am.
that it's interesting that one of the things that you do after a breakup is
Go be
isolate
alone.
yourself.
Well, it's actually really hard for me.
Yeah.
It's not natural
Yeah.
because I want to, but also don't want to burden anyone. So I think it's my way of
Mm.
like getting through some of that hardness without making everyone around me feel it too.
Yeah. I think we need to do an episode on breakups.
We're going to do that next.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because when I was going through my breakup, that's not what I did, but I did isolate myself for a little bit. But there wasn't a whole lot of help out there on how to navigate it because
No.
you're literally experiencing the death of someone, it feels like. So I think that'd be a really good episode to discuss for our listeners who have maybe experienced it or are experiencing it or yeah,
Yeah, breakups are so hard.
they are.
But okay, so on travel, I have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing that you have ever eaten on an international trip? Have you eaten anything crazy?
I'm literally no. I mean, no. I'm not. Listen, I'm not a foodie, guys. I wish I was. I could literally drink every single meal. I would much rather drink than eat. I don't
Oh,
enjoy eating.
not me. I love to
I
eat.
know, I know. I'm a social eater, but I don't know why I've like not had anything crazy because I guess I'm just not very adventurous when it comes to food because I just don't care.
I feel you could survive on like chicken, rice, and
I
salmon.
could because I don't give 2 shits. Um, but I love drinking
Protein
beer
shakes.
and I love beer and like I like chips and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Mhm.
nothing crazy. I live vicariously through other people who eat crazy stuff like Antonio when we did that one
Oh,
episode and I was showing you that weird creature he was eating.
I wouldn't.
Ugh.
I wouldn't do that.
No. What about you?
I have a couple of crazy food stories. I mean, there's just like the typical things, like you order fish and chips in Ireland and it's like a whole fish, like
Oh
on
yeah.
the bone.
I did that and I couldn't eat it.
Yeah, and
It grossed me out.
oh, that's
Ugh.
actually a whole fish. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's
Some
like
weird
you are a
stuff like
savage when you eat a fish like that.
it's gnawing on it.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But so when I was in Ecuador, this church invited our group, our missions trip group that was in Ecuador, to like a dinner.
Mhm.
And this church was really poor, very
Mm.
poor church. And it was actually out in the woods. It was the Quechua people.
Mhm.
They're like a tribe. They actually don't speak Spanish, they speak Quechuan.
Hmm. Never
And
heard of it.
it's fascinating.
Mhm.
So we went to this tribal church and they wanted to feed the Americans a delicacy. So they spent their money on guinea pigs for us to eat.
Interesting.
So before dinner, we were playing with guinea pigs. I was playing with the kids with
Oh,
guinea pigs.
no.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
And I was like, oh, this is so cute. They have like guinea
No.
pigs running around on their dirt floors. Like I was just playing with these guinea pigs. And then these ladies came down from the kitchen. You can imagine like they all look the same. They're in like like the aprons and the
yeah.
long dresses, like very modest. Their hair's all tied back. They have on like, bonnets. They come down, they like gather up the guinea pigs and they put them in this like sack, the sack. And then
Ashton.
they take them away. And I was like, what are they, nobody speaks English though. So I'm like, what are they doing with the guinea pigs? We go upstairs to have dinner later. dinners at this like long table upstairs right by the kitchen in this church, and they serve us guinea pig.
Did you
Yeah,
eat it?
I did. I had to.
Oh,
The youth pastor looked at me and he was like, "You have to eat it. Like, this is a delicacy in Ecuador. It's expensive." And this church didn't have any money. So I did eat as much as I possibly could because it would have been so
I
disrespectful
know.
if I hadn't eaten the guinea pig. So I did. And then the other Ecuadorians at the table, though, were like watching me pick at it. And you could tell like they really wanted to eat my guinea pig because they love it there. So I actually ended up giving what was left of it to the guy sitting to my
Yeah.
left. His name was Daniel. I gave him the guinea pig and thank God he ate the rest of it for me. So,
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
hmm
there is something to be said about when you're in a culture, you feeling like you have to eat something. Like Antonio when he went to Singapore, they went somewhere where they had like chicken gizzards and hearts and
mm,
all these weird organs, and it was a delicacy, so he was like, I have to eat this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Belize, like they eat ceviche, so like raw fish
yeah.
salsa. I ate that a
I
lot.
like
And
ceviche.
yeah, I ate that for the first time in
Yeah.
Belize. And in oh, yeah, in Vietnam, they eat a lot of weird seafood. And I tried just about everything.
Okay, you want to hear something weird that I ate when I was younger?
Sure.
Frog legs.
Oh yeah, people eat
Which is like
those.
so normal around here, but other
Yeah.
people would be like, ew.
My
It's kind of
dad likes
gross, actually.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We had wild game feasts, and they
Yeah.
would bring together all this wild game. It was weird.
Yeah, frog legs kind of taste like chicken.
They do taste like
They're pretty
chicken.
good.
I know it's weird,
It's yeah.
but no, thank you. Not
Yeah.
anymore. As an adult, I think I've just become grossed out by things.
Yeah.
What was your last question?
Okay. Well, there's so many, but I think we'll do one more. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, two. Can we do two?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Have you ever experienced like major culture shock or homesickness?
Hmm. My culture shock was in Mexico when we volunteered for those kids
Mm-hmm.
and just seeing the poverty
Mm-hmm.
of it. I'm sure there's far worse poverty, but that was a bit of a culture shock. Every time I'm in Europe, I do get a little homesick for the food,
Yeah.
just like normalcy, routine. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember being in Europe for 6 months
yeah,
and pregnant,
yeah,
like food cravings and stuff.
yeah.
And I was in Greece and I would always go to McDonald's. I was like, when we were in Greece, I was like, I just need McDonald's again today. Like, I just need
Was
it.
it different over
It
there
takes me
though?
home. Yes, it wasn't
Yeah,
the same, but
yeah,
it still like was somewhat normal.
yeah.
But I remember feeling that way in Europe, like really homesick, really missing the food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah. Okay. And mm, oh my gosh, there's so many good questions. Okay. What's something you learned about yourself from travel?
Okay, I have this moment. I think I've maybe shared it before, actually, though.
Okay.
But it was a foundational moment for myself when I was dating.
Okay.
And I was on this trip for work all by myself. Not all by myself. I didn't have a partner with me. Everybody else had a partner. I had my mother with me. And it was a very formal evening. And we got back, and I was just like, oh, I just really am sad that I don't get to experience this with a partner.
Yeah.
I was happy, but I was ready for that next step. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I am happy by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy with who I am, with who I've become. I'm really proud of myself. So in that moment, I was like, even if I don't find someone, I'm happy with myself.
Yeah.
And this is when we were in Monte Carlo, and I was in the Grand Hotel, which was the most expensive, beautiful hotel I've ever stayed at in my entire life. And I was just, it was a moment of reflection, of self-awareness that I almost needed to be in a different environment to really experience it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, I've traveled a lot and for long periods of time, like 6 months in Europe, 3 months in Ecuador,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 2.5 weeks in Vietnam. Like I've done like longer trips,
Mhm.
and every time I really miss home. Like, and I think that says something about me,
Mm.
if that makes sense. Like I like my culture, and I think it's easy to like romanticize other places and
Mhm.
like I think it's great to experience them.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that I've learned is that every place has its problems,
Mhm.
and every place has crime, and every place has poverty, and every place has humans, like the human condition.
Mhm.
They all do, except for maybe Switzerland.
Well, apparently Singapore has a very low crime rate too.
Yeah, Switzerland's like that as well, but most
So is
places.
Sweden.
So I think what it has given me is really an appreciation of my home
Mhm.
and a desire to make it better and like a vision for what it could be.
Oh, I love that.
So like rose-colored glasses, I guess, for my place, the things
Mhm.
that I do miss, it gives me gratitude for the people I know, the relationships that I have,
Yeah.
even the complexity of this
Mhm.
place that we live.
Mhm.
And it is complex here.
Mhm.
Um,
It is.
but I think it helped me. I think my travel and mission trips and poverty experiences are a big part of why I'm on the entrepreneurial path that I'm on
Hmm.
of renovating properties, making the town that
Yeah.
I live in
That's so
better,
cool.
nonprofit work. I think
Mhm.
they directly correlate.
I love that.
I
That is
don't
so
think there
cool.
would be me without the travel.
Mm. That
Yeah,
really shaped you.
really, really did.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree it shaped me as well, but differently,
Hmm.
in a different way, different places. But yeah, get out of your own environment and see life through a different lens. And I think it really changes your perspective.
Hmm. I think so too.
Mhm.
And I recommend, even if it's like you're going to Turkey Run and camping for the weekend, you don't have a
Yeah.
lot of money, but like getting out of your environment and seeing things and seeing different people, it always reminds me that it's really easy to feel like what's going on in your little town is so big and so like dramatic or
Mhm.
whatever. Whenever I travel, I realize like the world is so big. There's so many people, there's so much opportunity. Um, perspective, so much perspective.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
I think that was great.
Tune in next week. We'll talk about how to get through a breakup.
Uh, yes.
And it's not easy.
No. But subscribe on YouTube,
Yes.
like our podcast and follow us on social media so we can reach more people.
And let us know what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
Um, we'll talk about anything.
Yeah. If you go to Buzzsprout, oftentimes I post it in social media posts. There is fan mail that you can write in, and we've had people write in
We
and
have.
give us some really good suggestions and feedback. And yeah, feel free to do that. We're
Yep.
always open, and we'll keep it confidential as always.
Yep. All
All
right.
right.
Much
Bye,
love.
guys.
Bye.